guys, it's Ashley and welcome to my January TBR. Oh, January. To be completely honest, one of my favorite months of the year. There's just something about that feeling of starting fresh in January, whether you're like actually starting fresh or whether you're just saying that you will and then you're not really starting fresh like me. There's just something about that just is really refreshing, to use the same word, sorry. But yeah, that's how I feel, and that's why honestly it's one of my favorite months, because I can just kind of be like, let's forget everything that I did last year and let's focus on this instead. So today I am going to be talking about a couple of books that I am putting on my TBR. I'm not going to create a very strict TBR. As you guys know, I rarely really stick to them. I'm just going to share with you 5 books that I would like to get to, that I'm sort of in the mood for these types of books, and hopefully I will get to them. And we'll just see what happens, I guess, in my wrap-up. Before I get started with these 5 books, I do want to say that over the course of the past 1 to 2 weeks, I have actually read 3 books, which I'm counting toward 2021's like reading goal. Essentially, because I made all of those December Bookmas videos, I went ahead and I didn't really read anything in the month of December, but the very last week of December, I managed to cram in literally like 3 big books. Surprisingly, somehow, I just kind of flew through them, and I'm not really sure what kind of a mindset I was in at that point, but 2 of them were actually these 2 books. I got to them, I read them, I get to say that I finished the trilogy! Oh my god. When I read this book, I immediately picked up this book right afterward. Like literally the same day that I finished this book, I picked up the 3rd one. I could say so many things about this series, but I won't. I'm gonna make you wait until my January wrap-up to learn what I thought. But if you can tell by the way that I'm smiling, I did enjoy this series. This series was great, and I'm not gonna say anything more specific about it. I do have a couple of notes written down that I want to get to, but I will wait until my wrap-up to share. You guys are just gonna have to stay tuned. I'm sorry, but this is a TBR. I'm not here to talk about these books. I'm here to talk about these other books. So, but just to let you know, I have started my year with a bang with one of my resolutions, actually both of them. I read more fantasy, and I finished a series that I had already started. So look at me go. The 5 books that I'm going to put on my TBR for this month are all fantasy of some sort. They might not be all high fantasy, but they are some kind of fantasy. I'm just gonna start sharing them with you. The first one that I have here is one that you have seen time and time again in these Bookmas videos that I've shared with you, and that is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I'm not gonna say a whole lot about this because I have talked about this constantly. I've been meaning to get to it, and I've been hearing very good reviews about it. It is a 1920s historical fiction Romeo and Juliet retelling in Shanghai. So there's like, you know, forbidden romance, and I think there's like these gang wars possibly, and like some other things that are happening. Very kind of like dark, but also 1920s Shanghai, Romeo and Juliet love. So I'm very excited, very interested to see where this is gonna go. That's all I'm gonna say. And so the next story that I have been talking about constantly in my videos recently that I've been wanting to get to, and have actually been talking about it for quite a while now because it's been on a couple of TBRs that I never ended up getting to, is Fire by Kristen Kishore. Again, I won't spend too much time on this, but because the upcoming book Winterkeep is coming out so soon, I believe it's in January possibly, I really want to be able to get to this series. For some reason, again, I just have this urge to start finishing these series like right now, and I am not going to procrastinate or put that off in fear that that feeling is going to go away. So I'm just gonna read as much as I can for the moment until it decides to stop. So this is on this list. I'm very excited to get to this, especially because it's another pretty chunky fantasy book, so we'll see what happens. So then I have 3 more on this list. One is a reread I would really love to get to, and the last 2 are relatively new to my channel. The first one that is pretty new is one that you guys have been telling me constantly that I need to read. Like literally constantly I need to read this story, and that is The House of the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. Literally, y'all have been telling me I need to read it. I've been hearing on Instagram and all of my socials that people have been loving this book. People have been like praising it and giving it all of the stars and things, and I'm just like, what is happening right now? So I'm very eager to read this because it's just so absolutely hyped. I did actually read the synopsis to this just to make sure that I wasn't crazy and I knew what I was talking about, and I have subsequently forgotten most of it. The only things that I remember is that this guy, I think, lives in this house, and he ends up raising these like 6 like very different people, kids. Linus is summoned by extremely upper management and given a curious and highly classified assignment. Travel to an orphanage on a distant island and determine whether 6 dangerous magical children are so dangerous in fact that they're likely to bring about the end of days. Yeah, so I was right when I said that this is just the Umbrella Academy, but in a different story. And because I love the Umbrella Academy so much, I'm so excited to get to this. I'm really excited. I have a feeling that I'm really gonna like it, but we'll see. Book number 4 on this list, I'm putting on here not necessarily because I want to finish the entire thing, but I want to at least start this book this month, and that is The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. I really just at least want to start this book because it is really big. It's really big. Oh wait, it's only 520 pages? Why does this look so big? Like what, wait. How long is Fire? Fire's only like 500 pages too. What? This is how deceiving books are, because The Well of Ascension, even though it's got like, you know, it's got the really thin pages, so that's why it feels so heavy and that's why it's so small, it's nearly 800 pages. This book is nearly 800 pages, and this book, which is bigger than this book, is 500. I hate this. Why can pages not all just be the same size so that we can get an accurate feel to what is a big book? I thought that this was a big book. Apparently it's not, so I'm just probably gonna get through all of it this month then. Really messing me up, publishers. Like, geez. I really want another high fantasy. I've been really loving high fantasy, obviously, with the Mistborn series, so I'm really excited to get to this one and see what it's about, because I really don't know anything about what it's about, but I've been hearing good things and people like this series, so I'm ready to try it. Here we go. And then the last book on this list is a reread, and that is The Last Magician by Lisa Maxwell. I would really love to start rereading the series because the 3rd book in this world comes out, I believe, in March. Don't quote me on that. I don't know for sure the release date for it, but The Serpent's Curse releases, I think, early this year. So I want to get a head start and start rereading the series because I think I first read it in like 2018. So it's been like 2 years, if not this year would be its 3rd year going on since I read this series. So I really want to read it, catch up on it, remember what happened so that I can be prepared for the 3rd book. This is exactly what I wanted to do with An Ember in the Ashes. That did not happen, but at some point this year, I will reread that series as well, so might as well start with this one and hopefully move on to that. Highly recommend this series. I'm very excited to jump back in and reread. So I think I have a pretty good like selection of books here. They're all in a way, decently chunky, so I hope it'll take me quite a bit to get through. And also, I am going to be focusing on writing this year, so I probably will not be reading as much because I feel like when I read a lot, I get sucked into those worlds. It's just like I get that way when I find something that I love. I get absorbed in it and obsessed with it. And maybe that's why I'm a type 5 Enneagram personality type. If you know anything about the Enneagram test or personalities or whatever, I am type 5, so I'm sure that has something to do with it, but I get absolutely obsessed with what I am into. So I'm gonna try not to be that way so that I can focus on multiple things at once. But yeah, this is my small TBR that's not so small. Hopefully I don't stray too far from this TBR and end up with a completely different set of books by the time you next see me at the end of January. We'll find out. Before I go ahead and end this video, I do want to give a massive thank you to all of you who watched my Bookmas videos this past December. It meant the world to me, and I know I took a little bit longer to like respond or to like your comments, and I apologize. This holiday was really crazy and I had barely any time to focus on anything, so I'm very happy that I got all of those videos up and extremely proud of myself, and also very grateful that you guys watched and liked and commented, so thank you so much. If you have any requests or things that you want to see from me in January, if you want to see more vlogs, more, I don't know, cooking, baking videos, more crocheting, more certain books you want me to read or videos you want me to do, just let me know down below. I'm always searching for new ideas of videos. I'm always struggling with that. That's my one greatest struggle in life and on this channel, is coming up with ideas and new content to put out there. So if you have any requests, let me know and I will do my best to fulfill them. But I think that's gonna be it. So if you want to follow me on any of my socials, all of my handles are in the description. Thank you so much for watching again. I hope you guys have a happy new year and I will catch you later. Bye!